Hello, tutor and friends from the course Material Design for Face-to-Face Environments. I'm Luis Fernando Alvarez, and today I want to make a video about the cultural differences in Medellin when it comes to food and life in general, especially when it comes to living in Medellin. So let's get started. First, as I mentioned in my previous video, we're taking the part. Medellin is considered like one of the most important cities for people to retire, meaning that they're coming from other countries to live on their patient in Medellin. So, because of the weather, the people, the food, and the culture, so Medellin attracts lots of tourists every year. So that's why it's considered a good city to live the rest of their life. So now I want to focus on, let's see, the drawing clothing. Traditionally, here in Medellin or in Antioquia, we dry the clothes outside in an open space, while they do it on the inside using a, a machine like this, a dry machine. So this is one of the most difference according to the man expressing on the video that is a little bit surprising for him. Another aspect to consider is meeting people in Medellin. Some people, tourists have an idea that when it comes to the city, they are going to use like an app to meet people, but when he discusses this part, he mentioned that the best part is just to get involved, to go outside, go around, and keep in touch with people, get in touch with people, and that's the best part, to meet people in our city. Another important aspect is that maybe people get angry is when slamming the car stores. Actually, I think this is this is true most of the part, because people don't like it here when you close or a door. The doors car is quite hard, so people get angry. So I think in this part, the speaker is totally right. So Islamic car store is a little bit, let's say, tough decision to make here, since people don't like it much. So another aspect to consider is, for example, the toilet paper. He says is not disgusting at all, but is different, using his own word, because in America, once you use a toilet, you immediately flush it. While here in our society, we used to use a toilet like a beam, this like a toilet paste basket here, or a bin in which we put the paper after using it. So he says maybe it's not disgusting, but it's different. Another aspect to consider about the man on the video is using hot water in an apartment. Yeah, this is quite important for him in this case, because in America they have 4 seasons, while in Medellin we only have 2. Maybe sometimes it's raining, sometimes hot. So it's important for him to have some hot water at home, in this case in an apartment for rent. And he also mentioned that to know the right woman to marry, it's just going outside, going to a party, being in touch with people, interacting, socializing. But now, like, people have a wrong idea, or especially tourists coming to the city, that just using an app, as I mentioned before, and meeting a woman. I think that's not the case. The best way to do it is in person, face to face, if you really want to know someone and consider to spend the rest of your life with. So now let's make a move. Let's start discussing about food. So in our region in Antioquia, we have a variety of food. It's considered delicious, but at the same time, it's also considered a little bit heavy. So let's get started. So the traditional let's say, dish we have in our region is the arepa, apart from the popular bandeja paisa. But in here, I want to focus especially on the arepa. It's made of corn, and it's very traditional in all the Antioquia region, especially for breakfast. Also, people have it for lunch and dinner. Usually have two categories. This is the traditional one, and we have another one that is made of sweet corn, which is called Arepa de Choclo. It's quite delicious. I personally like it. And usually it goes accompanied by slices of uh, cheese and also butter too. So this is like a sweet corn, but it's very, very delicious. And I do recommend this for people who come for tourists and have a taste and have a grab to eat it. So because it's quite good. Another dish traditional in our region is the empanada. Although they consider like a snack, let's see, yes, it's made of meat, or sometimes it's also made of potatoes and dough. And there are a lot of great combinations nowadays about empanadas, and they are very traditional, so quite delicious too. You can also accompany it by eating something like which is called ají, as you can see on the picture. So which is great. It's a good combination for any to taste. So another traditional dish when it comes to food is the mondongo. Personally, I do not like it. I think it's a little bit heavy for me, but for those who want to try that out, it's a good choice. It's made of meat, some mazorca, potatoes, and it's usually accompanied with a banana. So for those who want to try out new things, this is a good one, and especially in food, it's a good option to try out mondongo. Also, in a cheap price around the city, as I mentioned on my reading practice, is the menú del día, which is uh, usually is made of three parts, like the main dish, the side dish, and something to drink, especially for a very cheap, in a reasonable price, which for a cheap price. Usually it is the menú del día or ejecutivo. It comes with some soup, some rice, some, let's say, meat, potatoes, or slices of tomatoes. There's a kind of salad and a juice. And it's quite good for many people since it's very cheap. It varies from 10,000 pesos to 15,000 pesos, and many people find this quite interesting. So this is my video about cultural differences and food about our region. So I hope you liked. Bye bye.